Hello everyone, hello class, hello Professor Phillips. My name is Jada Hopkins, and today for my Meet the Artist assignment, I will be presenting to you all the African Grove Theater. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the background information. The African Grove Theater was opened and founded in New York City in 1821. The African Grove Theater existed until around 1823 when it was shut down by the authorities. The theater faced constant harassment from white crowds and the police. Despite its brief existence, it played a pivotal role in the early development of African American theater and the performing arts. It provided a foundation for the growth of future African American theatrical movements. It only lasted for about 2 years between the years of 1821 and 1823. Influence from African American spirituals and traditions was very valued within the African Grove Theater. And lastly, the African Grove's engagement with Shakespeare demonstrated how African Americans could not only perform Western theater, but also make it their own by bringing their unique cultural perspectives and creativity into the other performances. Next, we have the education or the mission of a company. The mission of the African Grove Theater was centered around providing a platform for African Americans to showcase their artistic talents and to challenge the prevailing racial stereotypes and discrimination in theater. The theater was founded to offer African American performers an opportunity to work in a professional theater environment at a time when their access to such opportunities was severely limited. Before the African Grove Theater, African Americans were largely excluded from mainstream theatrical productions. And between the times of 1821 to 1823, slavery was still occurring, so opportunities like this were very hard to come by, as said before. So this meant a lot for African Americans within the United States to be able to show their creativity in such a way. Next, we have the title of their works and career profile. Works that the African Grove Theater put together included Shakespeare's Richard III, Shakespeare's Hamlet, The Drama of the People, and The Black Prince. So these are works that were created by people who have previously already made them, and so they recreated them just using African American characters. The theater is most famous for featuring African American actors in these roles, challenging racial boundaries in the arts. The African Grove also showcased original works and performances centered around African American culture, laying the groundwork for future African American theater. The founder of the African Grove Theater was William Henry Brown, and actors include James Hewlett, was the first African American actor to perform leading roles in major plays. And then lastly, we have the ensemble of performers, which was just a collaborative, these were collaborative actors and musicians that were a part of the African Grove Theory. And then below, I have listed a link. And now we're going to go on to the next slide. Or the last slide, I should say. Legacy. First professional African American theater. The African Grove Theater was the first known African American theater company in the United States. This made it a pioneering institution that set a precedent for future African American theater companies by providing a space where African Americans could perform. The theater established the possibility of a professional African American presence in the arts, which was revolutionary during an era of racial segregation. Unlike many mainstream theaters of the time, the African Grove Theater incorporated African American cultural elements into its performances, such as spirituals, folk music, and dance. The use of African American music was not only a form of artistic expression, but also a way to celebrate African American heritage. This cultural integration made the African Grove a unique space that reflected the experiences, traditions, and identities of African Americans. Thank you all so much for watching my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it very informative. And yeah, thank you so much. Enjoy.